The Leflore County Sheriff's Office has identified the deputy killed in the line of duty. Thank you for joining us for your 5 News First at 4. I'm Morgan Wrigley. My co-anchor Darren Bobb is live in Leflore County. We have team coverage there tonight as the community prepares to bring the fallen deputy home. Deputy Thomas Walker Lemay died. Another officer was injured in an hours-long standoff yesterday. Darren is joining us now from along Broadway in Poteau, where the community is invited to stand during this procession. Darren.
Yeah, and so far there have been a few people that have shown up here at the intersection of Highway 59 and Broadway here in Poteau. I'm going to step out of the way. You see 2 American flags. The farthest one in the distance there was actually the one that was set up by the Poteau Fire Department about an hour ago. They tell us they're about 15 minutes away from bringing Deputy Lemay's body back home to Poteau from Tulsa. There is a huge procession of law enforcement that is escorting Deputy Lemay back into Poteau, and there have been quite a few people who have lined the streets of Broadway. And as you mentioned, Morgan, they are encouraging you to line up safely, if you can, safely along Broadway as this procession comes back into town. And it will go to a funeral home that is located in downtown Poteau by the Leflore County Courthouse. This procession began in Tulsa several hours ago, and they are making their way, from what I understand now, almost onto Highway 59 there at Sunset Corner, and then they will be proceeding into town on Highway 59 from the west into downtown Poteau. And again, a few people have lined up to welcome Deputy Lemay back into Poteau. This all took place in Wister yesterday. Deputy Lemay was shot and killed, and another officer was involved in it as well, was injured in that shooting. Reporter Emily Moss has been in Wister pretty much all day today to learn the latest on what's happening there and more details about what happened yesterday. Emily? Oh, I'm sorry. It's yes, you're right. It is Lauren Spencer. My fault. Lauren is actually at the end of this procession down in downtown Poteau, near where a patrol car has been set up by the Leflore County Courthouse. Lauren, my apologies. We'll send it to you.
Yeah, Darren, a very tragic here down in Leflore County. Like you said, the Sheriff's Office has placed Deputy Lemay's patrol car here on the lawn of the courthouse, and there's lots of people here paying their respects, placing flowers, placing notes, placing really any memories they have of this fallen deputy. There's also people lining the streets of downtown Poteau here on Broadway getting ready for that procession to come through. The Sheriff's Department called Deputy Lemay a true servant for the people, and you can really feel that from the amount of people that are here getting ready to pay their respects to him and honor him this afternoon. The Sheriff's Department says that Lemay's service will never be forgotten, and judging by the amount of people showing up today, the community will definitely make sure of that. I just spoke with Bethany Black. She works for the Women's Crisis Center here in Poteau and worked with Deputy Lemay personally. Here's what she had to say about him.
Walker was one of those men who I knew that anytime I needed help with victims, if I needed questions answered, he was a phone call away. It didn't matter if he was on shift, off shift. We could call and say, Walker, we need help, and he'd say, I'll be there in a minute, Beth.
Sheriff Rodney Derryberry is set to do a press conference here at the courthouse at 6 p.m. We're going to be streaming that right here on 5 News as well as 5 News Plus. We're going to send things out to reporter Emily Moss, who's been in Wister all day, learning more about the deputy that was injured in this incident. Emily.
Yeah, Lauren, I'm here in Wister, where things have been moving fast since the police chief, Andy, was shot yesterday during this standoff. Now, thankfully, we have been confirming that he is okay. He's stable. He's actually expected to come home very soon. But really, since this has all happened, this community has been acting very fast to come together for both the police chief and Deputy Lemay, who was killed from Leflore County. Now, so fast that even between the noon shot here and now, we have a giant flag hanging up here at the police department in honor of the police chief. And those flags, little miniature ones, are actually now lining the streets of Wister. I was sitting here at a local restaurant, Baby Bear, as people were putting those flags out, because as he comes home to his home, they want him to see those flags of support. It's just one way that this community is coming together to support their police chief. Baby Bear is hosting a fundraiser at their restaurant, and then down the street at the Gingerbread House, they're also putting together these ribbons for sale. That money, though, will go to both the police chief's family and Deputy Lemay's family. So really, it's just all about this community coming together, standing strong in wake of this tragedy to make sure that both of these families feel like they're being loved and supported. Darren?
All right, Emily, thanks. And again, we are just a few moments away from the procession that will make its way in from the west part of Poteau all the way down Broadway. You can see behind me over here the flags that are flying to bring in the body of Deputy Lemay once that procession and once that convoy makes it back into town. We'll have much more on that coming up on your 5 News at 5 and 6. For now, Morgan, we will send it back to you.